Okay,
Good. Um, you ready?
ready.
Okay. Ring ring.
Hello, Dan speaking.
Hey, it's Matt. How's your week going? I'm with Sales Mentor.
Oh, okay. Hi, Matt. Good, thanks. Kind of busy, but good.
Right, right. Good. Where are you calling from?
I'm in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm down in Maryland in the United States. What's the weather like up there, man?
It's starting to melt off. We got about 15 inches.
Same here. The sun came out today. It was really crappy yesterday.
Yeah, we had a bit of a cold front yesterday.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're ready to jump in, we can get started.
Sure.
Okay, great. You got a notepad and pen? Jot down some notes.
Actually, I do.
Okay, great. All right, jumping right in, I'm just going to let you know how today's call is going to go. I'm just going to start by asking you some questions about your business and application, which I have here in front of me. Then, if it sounds like I can help and if it sounds like we're a good fit, I'll explain what we have and how it works and everything. Then, at the end, if it makes sense, you can make the decision whether you want to be a part of it or not.
Okay, sure. Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, jumping right in. Start off by telling me what motivated you to book a call with us today.
Well, actually, I'm I'm working for someone right now, but my dream is to open up my own online business, and I've already started. And I'm looking.
Oh, sorry, Dan, it's cutting out. Can you hear me? Ah,
You want to do it by audio?
it just cut out for like a minute.
Okay.
What was that? You do it what?
Did you want to do it by audio instead? Maybe you could free up some bandwidth.
Um, we could try that. I I think it's back now. It was working
Yeah.
fine up until then.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just bring it back to why you booked the call.
Sure. Uh, actually, I'm right now. I'm working for someone, but my dream is to build a really successful online business, and I've started it already. And like I've been looking at Facebook and looking at different companies and seeing how fast they grow, and I was wondering if there's a way that I could do that too.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. What type of business are you looking to start up?
Well, specifically, it's based on coaching and personal development. I found a I found a really neat idea that I have a strong interest for. I'm calling my program the Universal Man, and it has
That's
to
a pretty good
do.
name, man.
Yeah, thanks. It has to do with lifelong personal development. That's part of it. And the other part of it is that I discovered that I actually have you ever heard of a polymath? It's a
I
person.
I can't say I have, no.
Okay, it's 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 a like a proven way of being. Like Leonardo da Vinci was self-titled a polymath, and he was good at a lot of different things in his life,
Mm-hmm.
and it came naturally, uh, and it was his natural curiosity of how it occurred for him, and a lot of really successful people uh, have those types of traits, but there's a lot of people that don't know they have it. So I'm putting out a program to help people discover whether they are in that way. And like for me, the last 50 odd years, I was always wondering why I was so curious. And I was always wondering why I was so different than other people. And I sort of like stumbled across this. And it's kind of like in the 14 and 1500s, they used to call it a resonance man.
Mhm.
And it's now termed a universal man. So I'd like to bring that more to the forefront and have it be a special type of group, and uh, and just in and just be able to enhance that capability of those types of people. I think there's money in it.
Yeah,
Right now,
absolutely.
I have uh, I'm offering a program, and I'm charging $2,000 a month, and I've
Is quick question, is that for the business? I was gonna ask, you said it's started, correct? It's up and running?
yes, yes.
So you already have a client base and such?
Yeah, a very small client base. I'm bringing in 4 people a month at $500 a piece. I've been at it for 7 months, and it's a 6-week program.
Uh, can you say that one more time? I was taking another note. Sorry.
Okay. I
You said
have
you bring in how many people a month?
4 people a month, and I have been doing it 7 months, and I'm charging $500 a person.
Okay. And you said you were starting up a new $2,000 program?
No, that's part of it. I just
Oh,
was saying.
you were bumping up the price?
No, I was actually telling you I was making $2,000 a month up from the floor for clients.
Sorry about that. Totally
That's
misunderstood
okay.
that. Okay. So I guess my next question. I know what you're selling. I know how you're pricing that. I know how many clients you bring in monthly. You've been in the business several months, correct?
7 months.
7. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
what would you say your ideal customer is for these programs?
Um, Actually, I'm having a hard time discovering that. That's why I'm not sure how to grow. What I'm doing is on Facebook, on different Facebook groups, I'm putting in content to attract people,
Hmm.
and then I'm selling them as I approach them. It's not really effective, but like it's the only way I know how to fish right now. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's like your only process to attract clients, correct?
Yeah.
Would you say it's not very reliable? You're looking for a better process in order to bring in clients?
Yeah, like 4 people a month. It's, I mean, lucky I have my other job. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this at all.
Right.
Um, but I would like to grow bigger than that.
Right. How long would you say you've been dealing with this? Like, was it better when you started and it's declined, or has it always been 4 people a month?
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing, and I just can't seem to get anywhere. I I don't know if it's by luck or by chance, or I don't know, like the uh, the strategy that I have is really limited because I'm kind of new to technology. I've
Hmm.
never actually joined a Facebook group before, so I'm not exactly sure how much of an impact I'm making.
Right. And you're running all of this alone, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That could that could definitely be another thing. You know, it's hard to get your name out there, especially if you're the only team member. So you do have a process in place to get clients, except it's not really efficient enough, right?
Right.
Okay. What would
I
you
don't know.
say? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just not quite sure how to grow it.
Okay. Yeah. Um, what's the process from somebody who sees like an ad for your program to uh, them becoming a paying client? What's the process?
Uh, I'd say what happens is if I can make the content powerful enough on Facebook, I get a response, and then I friend them, and then I offer some consulting, and then enroll them into the program. And
Right. So
that's pretty well it.
okay. So a pretty it's a pretty lengthy process in my opinion. You know, like you have to wait for them to come to you, and then hopefully they want to talk with you when you reach out to them, right?
Right.
Okay. And you said you're making $2,000 a month from 4 clients monthly,
Right.
paying for $500 programs.
That's correct.
Okay. Um, all right, let's move on to some goals. Where do you want to take this business within the next, say, 6 to 12 months?
Well, I'd like to replace, like I make $4,000 at the other job that I work at, but I've been into it for a long time and I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm trying to scale this up to at least make the money that
That you were
I'm
making.
making in the business and what I'm making over there. So I need to make at least $6,000 a month.
Okay. Uh, why such a low number? Why not shoot higher?
Um, there's no reason why I can't shoot higher. I just don't know how to get the clients.
That's just a base goal for now. You want to start out
Yeah,
doing that?
that's just to break even so I can continue doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Um,
That's a must have.
yeah. What would you say your motivation is for getting 6K a month? What does that do for you?
I think it starts giving me the freedom to dream about what I really want to do in terms of growing a business and being self-sufficient and having a little more downtime. And I have a family with 3 kids, and I don't know, it's like the more I look at how businesses are being run in Facebook and stuff like that, the more I beginning to realize that some of this stuff can be automated, and and I have no idea of how to do it, but it sounds like it could free up more time. And I've always worked in businesses that were brick and mortar, restaurants where you always had to be there, working 70 hours a week, and you kind of enjoyed it, but at the same time, it created a lot of havoc at home because you were never home. You were always focused on the business and not focused on the family. It was always a kind of like a sacrifice.
Of course. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. You mentioned that reaching 6K a month would be allow you to like carry out dreams, and you also mentioned how you got a family, 3 kids, all grown up.
Yeah.
Okay. would you like to go into detail a little bit more about like dreams? Like, what do you want to do in the future?
Well, like there's there are some concepts about running a business this day and age of being able to do your business anywhere in the world. Well, my wife wants to travel three times a year, but I don't really want to. I've always had to say no because I have to be at the business. But what would happen if I could take the business with me? What would happen if it was portable? So it's really exciting that there's a possibility that I could make a business portable and even have it make more money than and more profit than most other businesses. That's exciting.
Absolutely. Um, how would things for your business be different if you got 6K a month?
Well, 6K would give me the starting point of digging in deeper and learning how to
Expand,
grow and expand.
expand.
Yeah, definitely expand. At least I
Absolutely.
would be able to have the 8 hours a day to put into the business or and work on the business in a way that was powerful and be able to project uh, growth. Whereas if I'm always at the other job, it's very limited in what I can do in terms of how much time I have. So that would free me up and give me the time to actually grow even further.
Absolutely. Yeah. Um, okay, next question. Would getting to 6K a month have any impact on any other areas of your life that I may have missed?
Um,
Family, personal,
I'm just
personal
thinking
goals.
of my daily routine. It all comes back to releasing me from a job that ties me down.
That's your main goal at the moment. You want to just
Well,
you
like
want to get this up and going in order to uh, be where you were with that job, but ultimately go farther with it, right?
right. Well, yeah, but like I like to be in an environment. I used to own my own businesses, and I used to learn a lot and grow quite a bit from it. But right now, I'm working for a company that's one of the best in the market. So you know, I've got the reputation of being in the best spot and making the most money and all that kind of stuff. But from the inside out, I'm not growing as a person. They're just using my services, and it's a trade-off: money for great services. And I really feel like I'm wasting a lot of time in my life doing the things that don't matter a whole lot to me, and learning and growing and being in an environment. Uh, this program is important because it's making a huge difference to the people that I'm involved with already. They're they seem to be 6 weeks, and they seem to be more gratified. They seem to have a much bigger impact on how they get along with their family. They're discovering things about themselves and like of why they are a certain way. Why were they always curious in their life? Why did they like music, but they never pursued it?
Hmm.
Like in today's world, you're supposed to specialize at one thing and be an expert in it. Well, being a polymath allows you to be an expert and follow your heart and be good at a lot of things, and it comes very naturally. But when you're holding that back within yourself and don't know why, you're only a fraction of the person you think you can be. So once they realize that who they really are as people, their life becomes much more colorful and they have a greater impact on the people around them. So that's why I like doing it. It makes a big difference in their lives. And, the more people I could help, the better.
Definitely. I'm gonna bring it back just a little bit. I heard you mentioned that with this job that you are doing on the side of this business that you're trying to start, you mentioned that it's just wasting a lot of time in your life, right?
True.
What would you do with that time if you were able to get that back?
Oh man, I would have started this a lot sooner.
Yeah.
I would have, there's like I had a lot of I had a lot of doubt about doing this because I've had a couple big failures in my life. And
Everybody does. Everybody does, man.
yeah, and I try to grow from it and learn from it and learn the lessons and that kind of thing. But the fact of the matter is that I took some big risks and it didn't pay off. And I was a little apprehensive of going ahead. And, like I could have done this years ago. And finally put myself in the right mindset to, like, you know, have that growth mentality. And now I'm okay. But there was a lot of doubt at first
Right.
because I didn't think it was possible to have so much fun and enjoy what you're doing and not even care if you got paid. That's how much fun it was.
Yeah. Um, you mentioned that you took some big risks. Have you invested in programs such as this one in the past and they haven't paid off?
No, it was actually most programs that I've taken, I've got a lot more out of than what I've paid for. So I do believe in education, and I do believe in having a coach in life because it saves so much time.
Okay, but you did mention that you took some risks and they did not pay off, right?
Yes.
I'm just asking because I want to understand more about um like
Well, I uh, I bought a property and designed a business within it,
okay.
but it was my fault because I didn't do the proper market research for it, and my timing was off. I bought it too soon, or I could have done it differently, uh, in a way that I didn't risk all my capital, and I could have done very well from it. But being inside the business instead of working on the business was the difference for me. I I think my ego got in the way, and I was trying to prove a point to someone and to myself, and it's sort of like I just used the investment in the wrong way at that time, and it cost me like $250,000.
Oh wow.
And I spent the last 5 years paying it off, doing two and three jobs at a time for the last 5 years. So it it was very, very painful, and now I'm a little more careful.
It's made you stronger and smarter, and it like takes those big blows. And trust me, I've had those too. Takes those big blows for you to like come back and like learn like what you can do better the next time.
Yeah,
Um,
well, most people would just do the easy thing and go bankrupt. Well, I chose not to go bankrupt and work through my problem and take responsibility for it. And it hurt my family and it hurt everybody. And like, but I can live with myself. I don't feel guilty.
more power to you, Dan. More power to you. Um,
Well, thank you.
okay, moving on. Okay, so you are currently making $2,000 a month, but you want to be making $6,000 a month. Um, with this new startup business of coaching and personal development that you've named Universal Man, correct?
Right.
Tell me what's stopping you from reaching 6,000?
Well, I guess the only thing that's stopping me is I'm not sure how much time it'll take. I haven't really shown much improvement in terms of the numbers. I can maintain it, but there's got to be a way to get to a new level, and I haven't found it. And for some reason, there's so much information out there or misinformation. I don't know what's true and what's not true. And being new in the tech game and in communicating in Facebook and all that and Messenger and Zoom and like this is all new to me. I just I would rather have something that's going down a straight line and pay a little money for it, and depending on the cost, and get a result that way. Because I am coachable. I have an open mind, and like I'm also a results guy, and when I don't get results, I wonder why.
Yeah. So you would say it's pretty much just inability to do it because you're not very high tech, but you also want to get it done faster. It's just painstakingly slow, right? But
Yeah,
you also want to follow like a proven system of somebody who's just done it before and it right?
that's true.
Okay. Um so okay, tell me. You're making 2K a month. Why not just stay at 2K a month?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with I only have 10 years left before I retire, and I want to be able to build a business strong enough and have it be easy enough to run so that, like I don't have to worry about, I want to build a money machine. That's really what I want to do. I want to
You
build a
want to
money
make them
machine, but I want to have it,
you want to make the money work for you.
yeah, make the money machine, but really enjoy doing what I'm doing and have it not seem like work. That was always the ultimate goal.
Right. Okay. Um how is not having this affecting any other areas of your life?
Well, I told my wife that, we don't worry. As soon as I get this done, we can have the three holidays a year, and we can do it ongoingly for years and years and years. And like if I don't get this sorted, I'll be stuck in the other job, and I'm not going to be able to keep my promise. And I like to keep my promises.
Of course.
So I've given myself a year. Uh, yeah, I've given myself a year to make things happen and make a difference for myself. And 7 months is already gone. So that's why I called you. I haven't found any other companies. I've been looking, but I haven't found any other companies that have a good track record.
Mhm. Um yeah. Um so when do you want to fix this?
Uh,
Is this a now
well,
thing or next week or a month from now? As you said, you're 7 months in, right?
7 months in, yeah.
And
Well,
you're
how
coach.
long would it take? How how long would it take? What are you offering?
I mean, it all depends on how much
Mhm.
like effort you put into it. I mean, You sound like you're a very driven man. You know, you've had some big comebacks. You've taken a lot of risks, and some haven't paid off, and you came back from them, right?
Yes, yeah, that's true.
You got some good goals set for you. You want to you want to please your wife and be able to take her on those 3 vacations a year, right?
Right.
You've also told me what this means to you. Tell me again, what does it mean to you to be able to take your wife on those 3 vacations a year?
Well, it's the beginning of something that we deserve to have a lot more fun than we've had. We've been working workaholics all our lives. And, everybody has the dream of doing a lot less as they get older. And if they are working, they're doing stuff that they love to do. So that was the vision that I've always had. And, I'm getting close to being there. And, it's the kids are gone now. They're all in university and stuff. And this is the time for us. So it's time for me to, take that risk and be an independent type of guy again and create an opportunity that generates great return. It has an impact, has a great service, and is easy to run.
Well, here's what's great about that, Dan. You just mentioned it. So I'm going to ask you that question again. Um, when are you wanting to fix this?
Well, yeah, we could fix this anytime.
Anytime, meaning next week, next month, tomorrow.
Well, I still have to know what you have. I don't know what I'm agreeing to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand more how urgent this is to you. That's all I'm asking right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do this anytime.
Okay. Can I get a definite answer on that?
Yeah,
would you like to fix this today?
sure.
Okay.
If I could find out what you're about, I mean, I could make a decision today.
Okay. Yep, absolutely. So with I mean, you've told me a lot today, Dan. I feel like I know you a lot. You've got a lot of motivation set for you. It definitely sounds like I can help you with everything. Would you like me to tell you what I do?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, our area of expertise is really helping service providers, coaches, and consultants such as yourself get clients coming to them at will and on demand. We typically work with people who need more clients, need more dependability of income, and need more control over the money they make and the time they work. And I help them to automate their client acquisition system and deliver great products and services while working less time.
Okay. So you have a system then?
We do. We take in clients for about 2 months and we take them through our 4 pillar client acquisition system. It is called the Client Kit Workshop. It's broken up very simply, step by step, and we really build this all with you, right beside you. Your high ticket package, your feeder funnel, how to sell your package on the phone, and using paid traffic to get leads and clients on demand from your system. So the focus is really getting you to mastery at selling one thing, then build a system around that to get you consistent, steady leads and clients. And you should have leads and applications coming in the door within 15 to 20 days if you follow the system.
15 to 20 days. Well, that sounds really good. I'd like to think about that. When do you like me to get back to you on that?
I mean, you can get back to me whenever. I'm always here.
It sounds really good. I really like it. That's what I do. I usually think about things first and then that's how I do things. Hello?
Yeah, what's up, Dan?
So do you have any more information you want to send me or anything like that? Or
I could just also mention that once you enter into the program, you also enter into our website, the Sales Mentor, as well as our Facebook group with a very welcoming community where people love to see you thrive and such. On our website, it contains learning modules to teach you information on how to generate more income as well as gain more clients more efficiently. Um, Along with all of this, there's a 24-hour helpline uh, of our team just ready to help you answer any questions you have.
I'll how do I these see what's getting in the way for me is like what makes you guys different than any other company? I'm just trying to get a handle on it. I want to pick the right company.
Well, that's a good question, Dan. I would say what sets us aside from other companies is um, our our proven system. You know, we okay, you stumped me there, Dan.
That's okay.
That was
Listen,
a good question. I gotta learn how to answer that one. That's definitely gonna come up. Um, how
well, I
so
mean,
would you how would you answer that?
what was my question? How can I
Uh,
how can I trust you?
what makes this company better than another?
Okay, I would ask a question with a question for starters and find something that he's already complained about in terms of what's not working for him, and you know, begin to change the direction of him leading the conversation, and
Shifting it back to okay.
you get to redirect the conversation towards him instead of him about you.
I was
So
slightly
what?
thinking that like shoot back another question, but I couldn't think of
Yeah,
anything.
question with a question. You could say, "What do you mean?" That's really powerful because it automatically directs them back into where they need to be and what type of they want a result of some kind. They called for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want a story, they don't want information, they want a benefit, right?
Right.
So the benefit is, um, I mean, some of the things that you did in the call were really good and reassuring. And you made me feel good about some of my decisions in the past. And you made me feel like you understood me. Uh, in terms of goals, me personally, just from the experience of roll calls, I would have said the $6,000 is too small as a goal.
I
And
did hit on that earlier. I said
yeah,
why so low?
you should have pressed harder
Mm-hmm.
to get them to explore the possibility that the goal could be much bigger. And then that way, the whole conversation has a different level of excitement.
It's
And there's
built
something
around
that,
us being able to generate you more than you
yeah,
actually imagine.
yeah, you're actually building the gap between where he is and where he wants to go. If you
Okay.
can build the gap big enough, he'll be able to, I'll be able to see how I can't possibly get there without you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot more pain in it of, wanting to be somewhere, and then attach it to all the dreams, like the holidays and stuff like that, being your own boss, having it be automated. You could tie it all into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and when you ask those questions, you develop more trust as somebody representing your company. You're
Because
developing the
I want
trust.
to know more about like why, I guess.
Yeah, you want to dig in and make them more accountable. And he's looking for that. He's looking for someone to make him accountable, and a company that's going to make him accountable and be on purpose. He wants somebody to push him to get where he wants to go, but he always wants somebody there to do that with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more fun to do it with other people, other companies, and grow together. It's a lot more fun than doing it on your own. Um, yes, I'm a self-starter and I like to build businesses, but this stuff is so new to me, I just don't get it. So when you become the authority and taking the lead in the conversation, you're asking questions that matter most. For example, in a clarification, you didn't ask me if my spouse or I had a business partner or anything like that. In terms of, who makes the decisions when you're generating and building your business? Is that just you, or is there other people involved? You
Oh,
know,
okay.
it,
Okay. Yeah,
it,
yeah. I remember asking like you run this alone, right?
oh, okay, I didn't hear you. Um,
But no, no, you're right. I did not ask like who decides the decisions. Like your wife may have an impact on,
right, right.
right?
So
Yeah.
it's not really it's about the clarities and making sure that you don't leave any stone unturned. But the other part of it is showing that you have great concern for all areas of his life. So the more you invest in him and dig deeper, the more respect he's going to give you. He's going to listen to you because you're asking good, powerful questions. Remember when I said I want to think about it? That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? I would have
Yeah.
said something. You
I
want to
should have
think
said
about
like,
it,
well, what's to think about?
right? You
Right.
could say that. You want to think about it. Isn't isn't that how has that affected you in the past? Thinking about it, because when you think about it, you stop making a decision, and when you stop making a decision, that creates delay. And you told me that you wanted to get this done so that you could reach your goals with your holidays. How is thinking about it going to help you get to those holidays with your wife?
Right. Like exactly like when I was asking you like when you want to fix this, you're
Yes.
saying like anytime.
Yeah.
I wanted you to say
I
right
know.
now. I wanted you to say right now. And
So
then
you have
I
to,
brought it back to um like well you were mentioning that you have goals set in place. You want to take your wife on vacation 3 times a year. Uh,
Right,
like, what does that mean to you? And then after that, after you set it back again to yourself, pretty much,
right,
I was
right,
like, okay, now I'm gonna ask you again. When do you want to fix this?
right.
And then you still said anytime. So and like you kept saying anytime. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna move on because you just
Don't move.
you just wanted to hear about the offer. So
No, well, no, like,
should
don't,
I have kept pressing?
yeah, you should have gotten to the end. You should have found a way to get clarity for yourself. You could have said, listen, I mean, I think we're a little stuck here, and I I don't know what's in the way, but if I can't get a clear picture of where you and I are with your business and why you're there and where you want to be, I can't help you in the way that you need the help. So if I don't get clear answers, I'm going to keep asking in different ways until I can get clarity on that. So, not to be stubborn, but like, you got to work with me here.
No, but that was a good lesson right there. Like you just weren't answering the question, and I've never actually come in contact with that. Like
Right.
somebody just keep beating around the bush, and I
Yeah.
had to keep like asking the same question, and
Right.
I went a different way around. I went backwards,
Right.
and I
Right.
stated what you told me,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I asked it again, and I said, okay, well, after you saying it there, when do you want to fix this?
Right.
That was actually a very good lesson for me. I appreciate that.
Oh, good.
Thanks for being
Yeah.
stubborn, Dan.
Hey, no problem. Talk to my wife. She'll tell you. She'll
Uh,
tell you I'm almost impossible. The other thing is that I don't think you asked enough questions about the money. Okay. So
yeah,
you
I
found
also
out
noticed that. I never went like too deep about it.
you didn't ask me how much I made in the other job.
I thought you
Right?
mentioned you made like 4 grand.
Oh, okay, you did get that. Okay, good. You didn't ask me if I own my own house, right? Uh, you didn't ask me if I had any big toys that I have that need paying. I'm just saying, listen, I'm just trying to get a financial blueprint here of where you are, because then I can actually figure out, uh, you know, how big a dream we can create for you.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
that's my brother. Sorry. What do you
Yeah.
want?
Hey, brother.
It's Dan. It's
Hey,
in my
how's it going, man? Kingston, Ontario, Canada.
um, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah. So when you look at the 8Fs, fun is in it. So when you look at the 8Fs, and you see fun, you ask them as a reminder about all the toys they have. Do you owe money on you're trying to decipher whether they owe more money or they have good cash flow. And if they have a savings plan, or, like, do you have any RRSPs? Like, I'm trying to get a really good picture here, because if you want to build a business, that's what a bank will be asking. It's not like we're going to borrow money from you, but we're going to create a plan here to have the biggest impact possible on your business, because this is the type of opportunity where you could actually have more people coming to you within 15 to 20 days. You could plant that before you even talk about the plan. Before you even just tell them what you have, you could start put adding little information bits, like when you're looking at their financials, for example. The reason we want to find out where you are with things is because we want to be able to help you determine how big a dream you want to create and how fast. Okay. And
Okay.
like, this program is proven. We've had tons of people actually start off where you want to end up.
I know, but then that's just like I was gonna say like, well, we have a proven system. Thousands of people have gone through the program and found success. It's in the statistics. But then that just sounds like you just have to trust my
No,
word.
it's better. It's no, it's better. It's better to make it uh, colorful in terms of an analogy. Um, or uh, like I said before, like, like the reason I want to find out this information is to actually see how big you want to create the dream. Like you have places, you already told me you have places you want to go, things you want to do, how you want to learn how to automate your business. Well, you're like with our system, with 15 to 20 days, you're going to have more clients than you've had in the past already. I'll show that to you in a minute. But I'm just saying that, the tighter we look at things, the better the picture. So, like when I ask questions, I'm just looking for clarity. And when
And
I
then I
ask
just
about,
have to shoot it back with, and I just have to regain the leadership, right?
right. And then,
Because like
like
in that moment, you took the lead.
I
To be
did,
yeah, okay,
I did it on purpose, man.
yeah.
I
um,
did it on purpose because somebody did that to me. There's a sales guy a couple weeks ago was doing good lead, and they kind of like put me down and pissed me off. So I took the lead back, and he did a good job. You know what he did? He put me in my place. He said, "Listen, Dan, I'm a little confused. You told me you don't know how to get clients, and you're only making $2,000 a month, and you want to quit your job." And he went all through all the stuff that I told him I wanted and where I was with things in a way where he put me back in my place in a way that I wasn't the authority. I'm the one who came with the problem.
right.
He did that, and he took back the lead, and then went into the closing of the presentation. So he did a good job putting me in my place. I felt like a right loser.
Um,
Uh, let's see, what else? You could have touched on, these are just all over the place in terms of ideas. Uh, I told you what was more important. Making a difference in the client's life was more important than making money. So you could have used that again. You could have used that against me in terms of, like if you wanted to, if, like you say you want to grow your business, but you don't want much money. You don't want to make much money. But really, it isn't about the money, is it? It's about helping as many people as possible in your business. So, what? How many people do you want to help in a year's time? Put it that way, and then write it out. Ask them how much they're charging for the program. How many people would you like? How many people would you like to help in a year? Let's say he says 1,000. I say, you help 1,000 people out in 1 year, that's $2 million in income. All of a sudden it creates a realization of, like if if, if you as the presenter, the sales guy, uh, could show him how to have an impact of how many people he wants to help, and then reverse engineer it into how much money he could make, and then discuss, what are the possibilities if that occurred? How would that change your life? How would that change your client's life? It turns into creating a whole new identity for them in terms
it's
of
really just
possible.
like connecting like two desires that he didn't even really connect before, right? Like
Yeah,
the
that's right.
clients and the money.
Yeah,
Like he was thinking more of the clients.
right,
You were, sorry,
right,
but also like needs the money,
right.
but doesn't realize how much is possible like to make. And then I just
Yeah,
connect them.
yeah. You
Okay.
create new, as you get better with it, when you create new realizations of how you connect thinking for them. It empowers them. Now they're connected to their new identity and not where they're stuck. They called you because they're stuck. You're doing a discovery to help them realize where they really are and how bad it is.
Exactly.
And
I'm
then,
just bringing about the criteria for them to make a decision.
right, right. And then when you start talking about the 8Fs of where they want to be and why, what is their biggest why? What's their biggest motivator? And for me, it was making a difference in my clients' life, creating the program. All of a sudden, it takes on a life of its own. The more that you dig in, you see and create as big a gap as possible between where they are and what they're making to where they want to be, and what they're making and why they want to do it. Create that big gap so it's impossible for them to do it themselves. Then they begin to realize they really need you. Right?
Yeah, right. Would you say there's anything else that you maybe picked up on that I missed?
I would say,
Because personally, I think that was like my best role play yet, but
well,
I
that's
still
good.
have like a couple things to tweak.
Yeah. Well, like it's all in the being able to really relate with people, in terms of creating a smoothness. There's you have a good listening, and I like the way you brought the content back to whether you said it to me and then had me agree to it, or whether you actually inferred for me to say it to myself and understand it. You know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
was good. That was good. I noticed
I know
that a
I really
lot.
like that one. I never did that one before. I never had to, you know.
Ah, got it.
Um,
And the the big thing is continuing to build the trust by digging in deeper and asking the tough questions and have them be accountable. It's from finding the problem about their business and then discovering what part of them needs to be responsible for that. So you're holding them accountable to the business problem, and they're internalizing it and trying to escape from it.
mhm.
So the problem that they have in their business, they called for you to help them, when in fact they could have done it themselves, but in their old habits and their ways of doing things, it's not
Makes it
being done.
impossible.
Yeah, and it's not being done. And you, as a professional and an authority, are calling them to be accountable on it, and then you give them something to commit to, like, if I could help you get to $6,000 today with a proven system, are you willing to take a closer look at it? So
Right. I
it's
remember hearing that the other day. Like that's like another uh what's the word?
tie
Like
down.
tie down. Yes.
Yeah,
Or like anchor. Um
yes.
yeah.
And every time, so you talk about money, you talk about, uh, let's see, you talk about timing, of when to do it. If I could show you a way that you could have clients within 15 to 20 days, would it something you'd like to start right now?
Oh, I
You
could
know
have
what I
said
mean?
that like right after
Yeah.
because you still never answered that question. But yeah, I could have thrown that one in there. Yeah.
Okay. And what about, let's see, Let me just give me a second. If I said something about courses never working for me, and that would be sort of like in the business problem area, and you say something like, well, is this a pattern for you, or was it just a bad choice that you made? And so he gives you an answer, and let's say if he takes responsibility and says that it was a bad choice that I made, it was a bad choice I made, you could say, okay, if I could show you a proven system and that we were there every step of the way and be able to get in contact at all times, would it be something that you would like to follow to reach your $30,000 a month goal? Is that something that you could commit to? So you're looking at money, you're looking at time, you're looking at coachability. Those 3 doors you can close so that you don't get any objections on. You close the door on spouse and partner, there's another door you can close. They can't bring it back, and if they bring it back, you can call them on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then as you dig deeper and ask the tough questions in a personal way of why they want to be somewhere, why you're getting motivated, why now? You know, like you called us, but you know, like why can't you do it yourself? You know, like you get them to say it with their own mouths that I can't do this alone. The goal's too big. You've created the gap. The goal's way too big. I'm going to need help. And when you hear them start talking like that, you've painted a picture of where they want to be and where they want to go and how great the business is going to be. And you've created a lot of trust because you've asked questions. You see, they were in normal sales calls, they ask about the business. They don't ask about the personal part of your accountability of it. Most sales calls don't include those two. So you're developing a much, much deeper relationship by being tough on them and making them feel accountable. And and they're looking for someone to hold them accountable to get to the ultimate dream. And that's why they like you, and that's why they'll buy in. Something like that.
Whew. Yeah. This was by far like the best role play I've had.
Cool.
I need to have more like with people that have like closer to like 20 role plays, like such as yourself.
Right.
I need to start finding those people. I've had like a lot with like rookies.
Yeah.
It's like their first role play.
Yeah.
And then they don't really give me like that like like hard feedback, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You just critiqued me on like 20 different things. That is what I need. That's what I'm talking about, Dan. Like,
right. Well, you know what? You and let's hook up again this week.
Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna end this recording real quick.
Sure.